Holy moly! That's a good tune. Makes me think of Ghostbusters every time. I don't know why.
That's why I love it.
It's Ghostbusters. Okay, so it is the season opener of Let's Talk Phys Ed. I am Jason Steele. I am your host. With me, as always, Tanner Roast. Tanner, how are you today?
Good. It's awesome to be back here on season 3. I love recording with you face to face here. It was a little strange to get to talk to you, in person. We were at the the Professional Learning Institute in Sioux Falls, and then again in Dallas. We got to see each other twice. It's been kind of cool. People were recording our conversations. They're wandering off the video camera because all of our conversations are always recorded. But it's cool. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, and it was cool that we were able to see so many cool people and meet so many people and see a lot of our friends again. But I definitely had that conference hangover from social media, where anytime anybody mentioned anything or said anything on Twitter, I read it in their voice. Do you guys do that?
Yeah.
Horrible. So season 3 opener, we're joined with just an amazing rock star guest. Finally, we're able to pin him down for an episode. He finally, apparently we're big time now because he finally returned the call. No, actually, we sandwiched him on the couch in Dallas and said, "Listen, man, you're gonna be on our show." But phys ed rock star Joey Feith. Joey, you're on the season opener, season 3 of Let's Talk Phys Ed. How are you? What do you do? Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Ça va super bien. Merci de m'avoir invité sur ton podcast. J'enseigne ici à Montréal, au Québec, ou dans une école qui s'appelle l'école Saint-Georges de Montréal. J'ai un site web de physicaleducator.com que vous connaissez peut-être. Et j'ai grandi ici, alors je parle français. J'ai fait mes études en français de la maternelle jusqu'à la fin de mon cégep, ce que vous ne connaissez pas parce que c'est juste quelque chose qui se passe ici au Québec.
All right. Hey, and I'm so glad you did that in French, because when I was typing up these questions, I typed up Jason's questions in French, and then I had Google Translate try to do it, and I couldn't say any of the words, and I thought there's no way Jason did it. So we had to throw some French in there. I'm glad you did it for us because I deleted that from all of our questions.
Well, anyway, Gesundheit. I have no idea what you just said, and it's possible that some of our viewers maybe did, but how about really introduce yourself this time so everybody knows who Joey is. Who's Joey?
Sounds good. All right, my name's Joey Feith. So I teach here in Montreal, Quebec. I teach at a school called St. George's School of Montreal. I teach at the elementary campus. This is my 6th year there. I just started up. Before that, I actually did teach in the French school boards. I taught for Commission Scolaire des Patriotes, where I taught middle school PE. And I was also at an awesome school board called Riverside School Board, where I taught in English, but sometimes in French, at a beautiful little school called World Charles School. Outside of that, I run a website called thephysicaleducator.com, where I share ideas and resources and all kinds of stuff that I got going in my teaching. And I spend time with amazing people like you guys at conferences. And yeah, man, spend time with my kiddo. I got a 17-month-old at home. So pretty much soon we're going to start counting it in months so we can be normal people. And and yeah, just got back camping with my wife, Jess. So
awesome.
That's me.
So cool. And it was so cool to finally meet you in person when we were in Dallas. I honestly didn't know you were going to be there. I don't know if Tanner did, but I walked in. I'm like, hey, that's Joey.
To be honest, I didn't really know I was going to be there until the last minute. So it all worked out really nicely.
Yeah, it was super cool just to sit down and just, we gotta let everybody in on kind of a little secret. We didn't really talk phys ed at all. We talked just anything and everything else. I won't say what we talked about because I probably can't remember anyways, but it was amazing. It was just awesome just to sit down and get to know Joey. But so we're gonna jump into the questions now. Feel free to expand on any of these. And let's talk phys ed. Let's get to know Joey Feith. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. So I don't know if you've seen, but Tanner recently won the Iowa Aford Elementary Teacher of the Year. Round of applause.
Way to go, man. That's amazing.
So
That's
cool.
incredible. Congrats.
Well deserved. Absolutely well deserved. But he's not the only recent award winner on our show tonight. And I'm not talking about myself because I haven't won anything lately. Joey,
This is like the hardest hint ever.
you were at the PH
Side note.
Montreal 2019, and you were awarded, let me see if I can say this right, the Dr. Graham Neal Excellence in Teaching Award for elementary teachers. What is that? And of all the things, like, tell us how you got that. Tell us what it's all about. Explain what that award was.
Yeah, so I was super honored to be awarded the Dr. Graham Neal. It was Excellence in Teaching Award. Dr. Neal is actually, he's a titan of physical education here in Quebec. Really did a lot to advance the profession here, and was an amazing advocate, and was involved in the profession super late into his life as a field placement supervisor. And he's actually my supervisor for my second year field placement. And I just remember he was just so incredibly supportive. He was really old school in a lot of ways, but also super open-minded. So to be able to have been awarded the award that was named after him after he passed, they changed the name of the award to honor Dr. Neal, was incredible. So the award, it's given out the elementary, at the high school, and at the CEGEP level. So here in Quebec, we have something called CEGEP, which is like, it's kind of like prep college. So you go to it, we only go to high school until grade 11. And then you can do like 2 or 3 years of CEGEP. You gain some university credits, and then you head off to university after that. So there is phys ed at the CEGEP level, so they'll get the award too. But yeah, it was just a great honors from the Association of Physical Educators of Quebec, which is our provincial association here. And it was just really nice, to be recognized in that way. And what was really special to me is that on the same night, one of my mentors, Mr. Gordon Oliver, was being awarded this incredible, like, national level or international level award from PHE Canada. And it was just really cool to be able to get honored on the same night that he was being honored, because to this day, when I teach, I still ask myself, like, what would Gio do in this situation? So yeah, it was really special. But to be honest, you get an award and it's really cool, and like really proud of it. I've got the plaque in my office. But why I got it because I've always surrounded myself by people who are a lot smarter and a lot better at me at a lot of things. And I just shut up and listen and try and learn as much as possible. And I just implemented a lot of those things, and always try and put the students first and do what's best for them. So it was really cool, but still lots of work to do.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Well said. Yeah.
Great work. So, hey, speaking of, awards, the Toronto Raptors just got the major award. They won the NBA championship. I don't know what they call that. Larry O'Brien trophy is that they got. And then just yesterday, was it Bianca Andreescu? How do I say it?
Andreescu, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say you said it right. She just knocked off the GOAT. She just beat Serena.
Yeah.
So, like, all of a sudden, all of our best athletes, our best teams are getting knocked off by Canadians. Where do you see Canada knocking off another American team so that all of a sudden at the end of the game, we'll listen to "Oh Canada" instead of Star Spangled Banner? Like, what's going on? Like, who's going to win?
It's funny, actually. Just before we started recording, I saw on Twitter somebody was saying that we'd give back the NBA championship and the US Open title in exchange for the Stanley Cup. So hopefully the cup comes back to Canada this year. That'd be really nice. If it came back to Montreal, I would be so happy. But the Habs haven't been giving me much hope over the last couple seasons, so I try not to get my hopes too high with them. Did you see Andreescu's? I think I pronounced it right. Andreescu, yeah. Her speech after she won.
I did.
He was like, "What's a heart?" Yeah, it was the most Canadian thing ever. She was like, the question was, what was the hardest thing you had to overcome? And she's like, the crowd. And she said, I know you all wanted Serena to win, so I'm really sorry. You just worked your whole life for this, and you're apologizing. But I guess that's a Canadian way.
Well, and I don't know what I was gonna say there. But yeah, totally. Just you work your whole life, you win the biggest award ever in your sport, and you apologize. So, I'm not going to apologize for this next question because I'm excited about this one. We did a little work Actually, I did nothing. Tanner did it all. And we have some guests here, but you don't get to see them. You can only listen to them. We have, I believe it's 10 guests, 9 or 10 guests. So you need your pencil and your paper that we had you bring to the show today, pencil and paper. There are 9 or 10 guests, and they're going to ask you a question. They're going to tell you a joke. They're going to talk to you a little bit and say hello. Your goal here is to try to guess each guest solely based off of their voice. And
oh my God, okay.
I think you'll do better than me. See, when I did it, I pushed play, and I got quite a few of them, but there were a couple that I didn't get and then I looked back and I went, oh, of course that's who it was. So I'm going to push play. You're going to listen to what they have to say, and you have to just write down who you think it is. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully this works.
Hey there, Joey. What do you call a goat on a hill? A hillbilly.
Oh my God.
Have a good one.
Okay, here's a one-liner for you. Sleep is my favorite thing in the world. It's the reason I get up in the morning.
Number 3.
Hey, Joey, how's it going? What do you call mac and cheese that gets all up in your face? Too close for comfort food. Have a great day.
Number 4.
Okay, why did the robot get annoyed with the computer programmer?
Why?
Because it was pushing all of its buttons.
Hey, well, you better stop pushing mine.
Number 5.
2 hydrogen atoms are talking at a bar. The first says to the second, dude, I lost my electron. The second says, are you sure? The first replies, I'm positive.
Number 6.
G'day, Joey. I've got a joke for you. Why are people who wear glasses looking forward to next year? Because it's the first time they're going to be able to see 2020.
Number 7.
All right, Joey. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he's outstanding in his field.
Number 8.
Okay, Joey, here's my joke. How does a Canadian keep bacon from curling in the frying pan? He takes away their brooms, of course. I love the sport. Love you.
Number 9.
Hey, Joey, here's my joke. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Because it has a silent P. It cracks me up every time.
Number 10.
Hey, Joey, I've got a joke for you. Why do blind people hate skydiving? It scares the hell out of their dogs. Also, I've got a lot of jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work.
Hey there, Joey.
Okay. So that was it. There was 10 right there. Okay, let's see how you did. Hopefully you were playing along at home too, or you will play along at home and then see how well you can score. Number 1.
I actually didn't get number 1. I wasn't sure who it was.
Didn't write anything down?
I didn't write anything.
Okay.
We'll play it again at the end, and we'll tell them who it is. After we play it again. All right.
Number 2.
Andy Milne.
Number 3.
Aaron Hart.
Number 4.
Sorry, get your Hartman.
Number 5.
Jorge.
Number 6.
Joe Bailey.
7.
Andy Hare.
8.
Kevin Tiller.
9.
Justin Schneider.
10.
Schneider.
10.
That wasn't Tanner, was it? For 10?
He did pretty good.
How did he do, Tanner?
I didn't write it down, but I think he only missed a couple, like 2 maybe.
You missed a couple.
We didn't
Okay,
interview.
Sarah gets your Hartman number 4. I was not sure whatsoever.
You missed a couple. Okay, number 1. Are you ready for the correct answers here?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, play it and then tell him.
Here we go.
What do you call a goat on a heel?
Oh my God.
That is Candace Young.
Oh, I knew it.
Candace Young. Number 2.
Okay, here's a one-liner for you.
That's Andy Milne. You got that one.
Okay.
Number 3.
Hey, Joey. How's it going?
Aaron Hart.
What do you call mac and cheese?
Good.
Number 4.
I know Iron's voice.
Okay, why did the robot get
As a good guess, but it's Amanda Stanek.
Oh, no. Same state. Same state.
Adams are talking at a bar.
This
The
one,
first
number
says
5.
the second.
That is Jorge. Number 6.
G'day, Joey. I've got a joke for you. Why?
You guessed Joe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got it right.
Yep.
All right, Joey.
7.
Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Andy Hare.
Okay, Joey, here's my joke.
This was an
How
easy
does
one,
a
right?
Canadian keep bacon from curling?
Did you get this one?
I said Kevin Tiller.
Oh, no. Unbelievable.
Who was it?
I
Like,
thought that was
the nicest guy ever. Like, Mr. Compliment himself.
you
Play it one more
presented with him in Dallas.
Wait. Is Jim DeLine?
He said he loved you.
That's Jim DeLine.
I did think it was weird that he said I love you at the end because, like, I
see,
didn't think Kevin and I were that close.
I thought that was a dead giveaway. Like, I love you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I dropped the ball there.
Okay.
Hey, Joey,
Number 9.
here's my joke. Why can't
Who'd you get?
Justin?
Justin. Yeah, you got it right.
You got that one correct. And then the last one.
Hey, Joey, I've got a joke for you. What?
Clearly.
That was me.
Clearly, Tam.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad, guys. Come on.
You did really well.
I can't believe I flubbed up Jim, though. And
I
Amanda,
thought-
I should have known that.
Not even listening to his voice, and then at the end he said, "I love you." That was like dead giveaway. You got it. What?
Oh, yeah. Well,
All right.
Well,
Jim, if you're watching, I love you too.
he will be. He will be.
Yeah, we'll ask him to watch for those 5 minutes. Hey, so we know that you're more than just a physical educator. You're actually like an aspiring, and I want to make sure I get the word right, astronomist, not astrologist. So you're an aspiring astronomist. I've heard you talk about astronomy a few times. So, you know, what got you into astronomy all those years ago?
Honestly, I just think space is cool. I think it's just everything. So you saw that North Star presentation, and I talk about that astronomy class that I took in CJEP, which was just the best. You just sat down in the dark and you just learned about space for like 3 hours. It was amazing. But even before that, like just being a kid and going to the cottage and just going out and watching the shooting stars in the summertime, looking up and like on the rarest of occasions, seeing the northern lights. It's just cool to think that there's so much out there that we don't know about, but that has an impact on how we live here. And I guess that's what I've always thought was interesting. And the fact that like it's driven people insane for so long. Like people have always just tried to make more sense of everything that's out there. Because I think I don't know. I think it just pushes you to go beyond what you think is possible for the human mind to understand. And I don't know, space is cool. There's no real reason. Like, I don't know if you guys have like one of those like Star Walk apps like on your phones or anything, but like we were just camping and it's just insane that you're looking up at stars and you'd be like, oh, I don't even know what that is. And then you hold up this app and it's like, oh, that's Jupiter. I've been staring at Jupiter since before. Or like last year we had the grade 6s after a leadership trip. And I was showing us like, you see that star down on the horizon? I was like, yeah. It's like, that's Mars. Like that's not a star, that's Mars. And there's actually things that humans have built there right now. And we're planning on going there soon. And it's just kind of crazy. I don't know, it's just inspiring.
Yeah.
So what's your thought on Pluto? Like, I thought it was bizarre that they decided it wasn't a planet anymore. But I don't know anything about space. I just like took the word for it. I'm like, okay, I guess it's not a planet. And what are your thoughts on that?
Like I don't think Pluto feels that left out. Like it's pretty far away from the rest of us anyways. What I think is interesting is that there's people who literally have been spending like years trying to decide whether or not it's a planet, and that's their job. They're just like, for years, they're like, what actually quantifies a planet, and is Pluto a planet? And it's like, oh, I don't know, man. And just go on and on and on and on for like on all this like scholarship university money. Just be like, oh yeah. Like that's like what's going to be on the tombstones. Like I'm the guy that figured out that Pluto wasn't a planet. Like, oh.
I'm not into it as much as you, but I do agree that it is incredible to think of all the things involved with astronomy and with the stars. And like when you said it's just crazy how people just do crazy things because of it. Like people strap themselves into rockets and shoot themselves up there to figure stuff out. Like I would be last in line for that. Like they literally had to strap me into a plane to get me to Dallas. So I don't know if the moon or Mars is really, my cup of tea, but I agree.
Yeah, it's
cool. And I feel bad for everybody who was not in Dallas and got to listen to that keynote that you gave, because it was really good. It was.
Nice. I appreciate that. I spent way too much time putting it together, but it had to look cool because it was space.
It was very good.
It was impressive.
It was. So I'm going to move down now to one of the last questions, because we will be running out of time here shortly, but Tanner and I are a bit annoyed just with you just a little bit. We got to be honest, because every time we think we come up with this cool idea, you've already done it. Let me explain. When Tanner and I were coming up with the name of our show, we kind of went back and forth, and we decided, yes, let's do a show, and this is kind of what it'll be, and we should call it the Phys Ed Show. Well, we realized that name was already taken. Joey Feith. And then we think, okay, well, I guess we'll go with Let's Talk Phys Ed, which has been kind of a cool name in and itself, but the Phys Ed Show we think would have been cooler, but that was already taken. Then we had this great idea to do a Phys Ed Awards show. We're like, nobody does a show. Amazing. Oh, guess what? Somebody's already doing a Phys Ed Awards show, and his name's Joey Feith. So what we need to do is we need to hear from you in front of everybody now, all 12 of our viewers. We need to know what the next Joey Feith project is, so that when I give this idea to Tanner, we're not bombarded with, oh, too bad, Joey's already doing it. So what is the next Joey project? Like, what are you working on? What's going on?
Yeah, I guess Phys Ed U is a big thing that I'm really working on. I got one course up, so Phys Ed U is like my online training. So just trying to be able to provide trainings in like a more sustainable way, so I don't have to be away from my family as much and connect with people more there. But the first course went up, and I'm working on the assessment for learning course as we speak. It's just a question of like, I get really obsessed with like how things are presented and how I can be presenting things. And so things just take a really long time for me to present. And then there's other times where I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to do this. Like even like right now, there's a project I'm working on right now that I'm just like, I just want to get this out right now because I'm really excited about it and not think too much about it. So that's where you see things where there's all these like things with my name on it. It's just because I was like, yeah, like I'll go with it and I'll see what happens. I've also been doing this for 10 years, right? Like I've been making online content for 10 years and just like kind of recklessly and without abandon. So there's a lot of stuff out there with my name on it. So I apologize if I'm hogging all the Phys Ed real estate. It's not intentional.
We totally forgive.
That said, you can expect letters from my lawyers. They're already sent in the mail.
Just razzing you a little bit, but we do need to talk a little bit, maybe off camera, about like what's happening next with Let's Talk Phys Ed, and kind of bounce a few things off you, because I think that there could be a place for Joey in there. So we'll see.
Sweet.
Tanner, what do you got for him? One more question.
We got one more. All right. So, You know, a lot of people have been doing clubs. I've been doing running club for a long time. I've talked about doing a cup stacking club. I ended up not doing it. Maybe this year I'll do a rock climbing club. A couple weeks ago, I saw that you were interested in doing a skateboarding club.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you envision that working for your school, and like what drives you to want to do skateboarding instead of something different.
Yeah, well, I skated growing up, and I don't know. I just think skateboarding is one of those. It's one of those activities that a lot of people right off the bat aren't very good at. Everybody just kind of starts like at like a level playing ground, but yeah, so a lot of people started. So it was funny when I was in Colorado last fall, and I went to a skateboarding session at their convention, and I was amazed that like so many people were like really struggling with it. And then I forget that like I skated for like a long time, so you pick it up. But so I think the fact that everybody starts off like at the same level, that it's accessible to everybody. It's not something that's like stereotypically just for boys, stereotypically just for girls. Like it's sweet, like just anybody. And it goes out and it reaches a lot of those kids that want to be active but don't really have any like real drive to participate like on team sports or anything like that. And just showing up to school with your skateboard gives you like this like social boost. Like you just look so much cooler showing up with your skateboard. And I think like a lot of kids really can benefit from that. Just feeling like, hey, I'm doing this thing that's like really cool that a lot of you can't do, but I'm getting better at it. So I've been wanting to start a skate club for a while. I tried starting it and my school was like, we don't have the insurance for that. And I was like, rats. And then they came back to me and was like, actually, we do have the insurance. So now it's just a question of figuring out how to like make it work, but just starting really small, teaching them just like anything else, really, just giving them the vocabulary to understand what we're talking about, working with the basic skills, just getting into turns, pushing and stuff like that. And then just a lot of like play, just goofing around on your board, which is what I did throughout my teenage years, just going out to the street and doing whatever you got to do.
And
we just got
and listening to a lot of punk rock. Like one thing I envision the skate club is that I'm just going to introduce all these kids to punk rock. Like that's
long.
Man, I was watching that Travis Scott documentary on Netflix, and they're showing their concerts, and like it's so rowdy, it's so insane, all these like people pushing each other. I was like, man, have you ever been to a punk rock show? Like this has been going on for a long time here. Yeah, no, definitely showcasing some punk and getting some skate sessions going.
Absolutely. And I, the whole time you were talking about that, I couldn't stop thinking of one of the people that I follow on Twitter and posts some amazing things, and he's like totally like thinks the same way. You probably follow him as well, but Hamish Brewer, do you follow that guy?
No, I know of him, but I don't follow him.
The Tattooed Principal. So he's on Twitter.
Yeah. Andy Vasley interviewed him, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's written a book, and like his school is super, that's like what they're geared around is skateboarding. Like instead of bike racks, they have skateboarding racks. And like in all the rooms of their school, it's like painted with graffiti. Super cool. Like I've asked for graffiti now in the gym, and I will never get it, but I think it looks super cool. So
sounds like one of those like ask for forgiveness situations.
Until I show up on Saturday and graffiti my gym wall, and then I'm in the twins or whatever. But
they're hiring a new teacher.
They'll be hiring, but hey, they'll have graffiti on the wall. That is all the time we have for our episode. Honestly, the season opener this year, I think we could have went, maybe what we should do is like a Monday Night Football type deal where on the first one of the year, they go twice as long. But I know that Joey, he's tired. He's like a dad now. He's got to get home. He's past his bedtime. All are.
It is so past my bedtime, guys. You have no idea. But I'm hey, thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate what you're doing.
Yes.
And I'm just really excited that I got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So the way that we end the show is we play kind of some cheesy talk show music, and you get to kind of lead us out. Tell us, how do we get in touch with you? How do you, talk about your website, talk about your social media accounts? How can people follow you? Which I'm sure most of our viewers already are, but if they're not, how do we get in touch with Joey?
All right. So on Twitter, I'm at Joey Feith, JoeyFeith. That's my personal account. My website is thephysicaleducator.com. And if you go to that website, you'll be able to find a place where you can sign up for the newsletter right there on the homepage. On Twitter there, I'm also phys_educator. On Facebook, on YouTube, you've checked out the YouTube channel. I'll make all kinds of game videos, and I'm going to be producing a lot more video content this year. And if ever you want to come to Montreal, this is where I live. So that's where you can find me.
Yes, absolutely.
We're invited.
I think that was an invite. That was
Everybody was invited last May when we had a national conference here. Nobody showed up. So everybody's invited next time.
Right, because, it's Montreal, but okay.
I saw Mike Martinez came.
Yeah, he did come to Montreal. Aaron's been up a couple times too.
Well, thank you for joining us. This was season 3 opener of Let's Talk Phys Ed. So glad you could join us tonight. For Joey Feith, for Tanner Rose, I am Jason Steele. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.